Hey guys, it's Rick Ginn. In today's video, I'm going to show you the tips and tricks that you can use if you're looking to generate 100K. And I'm going to point you to the place where you're going to find the most profit to achieve this rather large number as a beginner. I'm telling you it's doable, but you're going to have to put the work in. But before I get into it, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, you hit that subscribe button to continue to receive videos just like this. So you want to make 100K plus a month as a brand new wholesaler. That is awesome. And I'm here to tell you, they are not typical results. I'm always going to tell you the truth in wholesaling. But if you're dead set on it, let me give you the blueprint to do it. Now, I got to give you a couple ground rules to do this because there's a few things I've learned in wholesaling in places you have to be to find large profit deals to go towards that 100K within a 30-day period. The first thing is they have to be off-market properties. I'm sorry, you are never going to jump on the MLS and find a 100K wholesale deal. It's not going to happen in a short amount of period of time, and especially if you're not experienced. And I'm here to tell you, MLS has very little, if nothing, to do with wholesaling. You see, those properties go for retail, and most people are swinging for the fences. And for that reason, there's not motivation for them to do a deal with a wholesaler. So the first thing you focus, obviously no MLS, but they have to be off-market properties. Why? Because you can't have a ton of competition for a high profit deal because you're going to lose out, especially as a beginner. So that's rule number one. Rule number two, you're going to have to put an incredible amount of energy into getting a high quantity amount of leads. And what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to walk you through the types of leads you need to focus on to generate 100K plus a month. Now, full disclosure, I told you, this is not the easiest thing for a beginner. I've seen them do it. It has happened time and time after again. And I'm going to share with you in this video the places they went to find them. Listen, if you're open to it, you can achieve anything you want. But I'm here to tell you, you are not going to get this easily. You're going to have to put in the work for it. Let's get to work. So what we're going to do to get to that 100K as a newbie is you're going to have to focus on high profit deals. Now, that doesn't mean you can't do regular deals. And honestly, you're going to need the regular deals to get you over the finish line in this. So what I'm going to do is in reverse order. I'm going to take the highest, most profitable deals you need to focus on right now. And then we're going to work our way down all the way to regular wholesale deals and see if we can achieve this 100K number. So now we know we need off-market properties and we're going to need a lot of volume. And the first place, you guessed it, to go to is going to be probates. Probates is just a process when somebody passes away and they owned a piece of real estate or they owned a bank account, stocks, bonds, cars, boats, trucks, whatever. And in order for them to transfer that title or deed or whatever the property's owned under, they have to enter into a court order to authorize the transition from the deceased person to whoever their heirs are. And that's usually pointed out in a will. And there is a court process called probate that oversees all this. I'm not a lawyer. I'm here to tell you, obviously for this reason, these are typically your highly motivated leads. Why? Because sometimes people pass away unexpectedly, sometimes it's expected. But bottom line, when people are at the end of life, most good human beings take care of the individuals and not the asset. Why? Because you can always fix up a piece of real estate, but you can't always get time back with people. And for that reason, a lot of probate properties are in disrepair. There's a lot of deferred maintenance. Some of them are majorly outdated, and a lot of them are retrofitted to help out elderly people that need help getting around with grab bars and the showers. You all know what I'm talking about. And then when they pass away and this house needs to be turned back over, someone's got to put the effort to retrofit this house, get it back to normal, update it, and fix all the repairs. And for most people in probate, honestly, they just want to move on with their life. There is an emotional connection to either grandma's house or mom's house. Guys, I've been through it personally. It sucks. And sometimes it's easier just to take that check and move on instead of trying to go through all those emotional recalls, because a lot of people, this is their home and we're looking at it as a property. So I love probates for this reason. Now, if you want to learn more on how to do probates, go over to freewholesaling.com. I teach an entire course on how to do this. I'm probably the leading expert on how to do wholesale probate deals. Why? Because I've spent a lot of time doing it and I'm an extremely empathetic person and I'm perfectly suited for probates. And if you want to learn my style, if you're a good listener and you like to help people out, probates is great. Now, here's the really cool thing about probates. On average, a probate is 4 times as profitable as a regular wholesale deal. So it's not uncommon to do 6-figure deals of one probate deal on a single family house. That's right. I said a single family house. So you have to do probates, guys, because probates are the highest profitable deals. Now, there's not a ton of probates, so we have to talk about the quantity thing. So if you're looking to target the 100 grand, you have to do probates, especially as a newbie. And what I do is teach you how to be a good listener and don't attack them on price. But once we find out they're motivated, these properties are ripe. And the other Another reason why they're so valuable is because when the property's vacant, it's easy to bring your cash buyers through and you can hold out for the best offer, usually get the best price. This is how you can come up with 100K just on one deal. But we're not gonna bank on 100K on one deal. Let's try to make 30, 40, 50 grand. That would be dynamite. Now to up the quantity, each probate goes per county. There's over 3,500 counties in the country. I know what you're thinking, Rick, I'll just do probates all over the country. You can't. It's not scalable. You're gonna go broke with the amount of manpower it takes to do this. So what I'd like you to do is pick the county you do your investing in, and then what I would like you to do is add 1 or 2 counties next to it. Now you got to do one at a time because it takes a lot of energy to do these. You could probably do 2 in the beginning at max, but master those, get leads, and let's get deal flow going in your wholesale business. Guys, I absolutely love probates. If you want 100K month as a newbie, you have to use probates because they're 4 times your average wholesale deals. Now the next one that you might not have thought about, it comes in really as the second tiered for the most profitability, are what we call wholetail deals. Now, wholetailing is an incredible substitute for fix and flip. Under no circumstances do you want to do a fix and flip. I'm here to tell you, as wholesaling, fixing and flipping is a separate category. Fix and flippers go to wholesalers to get deals. Wholesalers that go into fix and flipping usually just go nuts because it's an entire different skill set. You have to manage contractors, you have to deal with project management, and you have to figure out how to finance projects, sometimes 6 months to a year to 18 months. And the problem with fix and flip is you are controlled by the market. If market conditions go sour, you get much less profit. Also, when you open up walls on older houses, lots of problems arise. It's like fixing up an old car. Once you have it open, you got to fix it. So your profit's unknown. So fix and flip, if you think I'm putting this category, absolutely not. You want to avoid fix and flip. Is the fastest way to kill your wholesaling business. What I'd rather you do is a wholetail. And a wholetail is simply when you find a really good property, there's really not a lot wrong with it. Maybe it needs a little paint, maybe it needs a little flooring, maybe it needs just a new appliance, maybe it needs a little landscaping. If you can get that property ripe and ready in under 2 weeks, well south of $5,000, it is perfect for a wholetail deal. What's a wholetail deal? The only thing in a wholetail deal is that you have to do is you actually have to fund the property. Now, you can do it with private equity partners, private money, which is my favorite way to do it, and you give them a piece of the action, and normally they get paid back within anywhere from 30 to 90 days. Now, a good wholesale deal is completed in 90 days, not 91, not 92, 90 days. And they are basically sold mostly to cash buyers. Why? Because we want the deal to close. We don't want any financing contingencies. We let them do a minor inspection, 2 to 3 days max. And if you can get 2.5 to 3 times your average wholesale fee, wholetailing is perfect. But it's got to be a property that's in high demand, that's short on supply in the market, because that's how you take it to market. And it's really not hard to raise money for those types of deals. You can partner up. Now, you do have to close on the property, but when you resell it, you get a much higher spread. You have to calculate in the 2 closing costs, but on average, you'll get 2.5 times your wholesale assignment fee. And for this reason, it works well. Now, it is 90 days. 90 days is a lot. And I don't want you to stop your wholesaling business, but you got to consider wholetailing. Wholetailing is when you cherry pick your best wholesale deals and do very, very, very little rehab. It's usually a pressure cleaner, paintbrush, or putting in an appliance with a handyman. That's as far as you go. No permits, none of that stuff. If you do that, you go in the fix and flip world. I love wholetails, 2.5 times my average profit. So if my average wholesale deal, which is around 12.5 across the country, that's going to give you 3 times, that's 36K. Okay. So now we have one $50,000 probate deal. You have a 36K wholetail. That's 86,000. Rick, how do I get to the finish line of the 100 grand? This is the easy part. This is where you're going to do your regular wholesaling business, because you're going to have to get some bread and butter deals to get that last 15, 20 grand over the finish line. My favorite list as possible to do this are off your government list. I'll give them to you in my order. I like the code violations. I like the pre-foreclosures. I like the evictions. And I like the tax delinquencies. If you can't pull 2 deals from those lists, you're not working it hard enough. Remember what I said in the beginning, you have to have off market and high volume. Your volume's got to explode on these lists. Max them out. Remember, to get these lists, you have to overcome resistance with persistence. These lists are great. You can easily find 2 deals that get you that first 100K even as a newbie. Guys, probate, a wholesale deal, and 2 regular wholesale deals from the list I just mentioned, it's a no-brainer. If you want to learn more on how to do this, go over to freewholesaling.com. Guys, don't forget the old tried and true traditional ways to do it. You can do JV deals, find other wholesalers you can pair up with. You won't make as much money, but a lot of times you have cash buyers for the list. You can fill the gap with that. Also, networking with realtors, title companies, train them how to find off-market properties that need a quick cash wholesale deal. And guys, I've given you more than enough opportunity to make 100K. The question is, do you have the guts to do it? It's not easy to do it. And for those of you who want to strive to do it, you're going to have to start with probate and wholetails and then add your wholesaling in. Guys, I do this all the time. Full disclosure, I didn't start out doing this, but if I was going to take a shot at the 100K as a newbie, this is the exact order I would do it. Let me know in the comments which orders you're going to take to achieve this 100K, and do you actually think you can do it? I believe in you can do anything you want to do in this business. You're only limited by your own thoughts and imagination. So guys, get with it. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe notification button to continue to receive the best up-to-date videos on wholesaling today. Guys, this is Rick Ginn, and I'll see you in the next video.